Hello students, welcome back to Mechanical Maintenance Practicum. In this module, we will learn about vibration ISO standard and also how to detect the bearing damage based on spectrum analysis. This is the laboratory apparatus that we will use for this module. As you can see here, this apparatus has a 3-phase motor, and then the power from 3-phase AC motor is transmitted to the shaft by a coupling. The shaft is supported by 2 pillow blocks. And for the last component is the bearing housing to put the tested bearing. The tested bearing is loaded by a hanging mesh that I put in here. For the measurement system, I use the accelerometer. Accelerometer is a passive sensor. That's why we need a power supply and also a power amplifier for the accelerometer. The data from accelerometer is recorded by a national instrument. I use National Instrument 6000 series. The national instrument is controlled by LabVIEW program, and also all the measurement data will also be displayed in LabVIEW program. For the first section, we will measure the vibration level of this machine. If you want to compare the vibration level to the ISO standard, then you have to get the vibration data in terms of velocity RMS. Besides, based on vibration ISO standard, this machine is categorized as small machine because the power of this 3-phase AC motor is smaller than 15 kilowatt. For second section, we will move the accelerometer to the bearing housing because we want to get the vibration data of the tested bearing. Later in the video, we will discuss step by step how to analyze the bearing condition. For the first experiment, we will measure the vibration level of our machine. After the machine is running, then we can start acquiring data on our LabVIEW program. Our LabVIEW program is automatically record 5 data and also calculate the RMS value in the velocity unit. On your bottom left, we get the RMS value of our machine, which is about 1 millimeter per second. After that, we can compare to the vibration ISO standard. Our machine is categorized as small machine or class 1, so we can focus on this column. Vibration velocity RMS of our machine is about 1 millimeter per second. So based on this vibration ISO standard, our machine is still in satisfactory condition. Actually, you need to measure in several locations so that you will get the accurate data of your machine condition. For the second experiment, we will analyze the tested bearing condition. Therefore, we will move the accelerometer to the bearing housing in order to get the vibration data of the tested bearing. After the machine is running, then we can start acquiring data on our LabVIEW program. After the acquiring is finished, we will take the vibration time domain data and move to MATLAB program for further data processing and also spectrum analysis. Before we start with bearing analysis, we have to calculate the bearing failure frequency first. As you have already learned in the lecture, we have 4 bearing failure frequencies. The first one is ball pass frequency outer to represent outering defect. The second one, ball pass frequency inner to represent innering defect. The third one is fundamental train frequency to represent cage defect, And then the last one is ball spin frequency to represent rolling element defect. On your top left, there are the specification of our tested bearing and also the motor speed. Therefore, based on this formula, you can calculate the failure frequencies. I have already calculated before, but you should try to calculate it by yourself on the practicum. On your top right, there is a vibration time domain data that we get from the measurement, and we will process this time domain data in MATLAB program. Why MATLAB program? Because MATLAB program is more powerful to perform calculation. Meanwhile, LabVIEW program is more suitable for measurement. In MATLAB program, we can transform time domain data to frequency domain data or spectrum. In here, I show you the raw vibration spectrum. In raw vibration spectrum, you see there are a lot of noise, and we don't like it. Therefore, we will perform filtering technique to remove this noise. In this module, we use bandpass filter to remove this noise and also to emphasize bearing failure frequencies. As a result of filtering process, we get this filtered vibration spectrum. As you can see here, there are several spectrum peaks at 229 Hz, 458 Hz, 688 Hz, 917 Hz, and so on. We will compare these frequencies with bearing failure frequencies. We find that this frequency match with the BPFO. Therefore, we may suspect that there is a defect on the outering of the tested bearing. Furthermore, we can focus on these spectrum peaks. And actually, 458 is 2 times 229. 688 is 3 times 229. And also 917 is 4 times 229. We call this as harmonics. In conclusion, if you find harmonics with respect to the BPFO, then the possibility of outering defect will be higher. Based on our analysis, we found that there is a damage on the outrace of the bearing. To prove that, we open the tested bearing. In here, as you can see, there is a scratch on the outrace of the bearing. For another example, I have already changed the tested bearing, and we will analyze the tested bearing condition again. Same as previous, we will start acquiring data on LabVIEW program. After it finish acquiring, then we will take the time domain data and move to MATLAB program for further data processing and also spectrum analysis. In this example, we use the same bearing type and also motor speed as the previous example. Therefore, we don't have to calculate the bearing failure frequencies again, because all the frequencies will have the same value as the previous one. We move to the data processing. The data processing procedure will be the same as before. Therefore, we can directly focus on the filtered vibration spectrum. In here, you see there are several spectrum peaks. The first one at 19.5 Hz, then 38.5 Hz, 58 Hz, and then the last one is 77 Hz. We will compare these frequencies with the bearing failure frequencies. We find this frequency match with the FTF. Therefore, we suspect that there is a defect on the cage of the tested bearing. Furthermore, we also find harmonics with respect to the FTF. Then the possibility of cage defect will also be higher. Based on our analysis, we found that there is a damage on the cage of the tested bearing. To prove that, we open the tested bearing. And as we can see here, you can see there is a scratch on the cage of the tested bearing, in here and also in here. So our analysis is correct.